I feel really weird putting my forehead on the internet and now everyone's looking at it, which is fine. If you've kind of been around for a while, I've always had bangs. I've had micro bangs, I've had little kind of curtainy bangs, I've had, you know, some sort of bang. Mostly straight across the forehead. Now we're going full shebang, bare forehead. This is a big step for me. Also, I have a widow's peak. What do we think about widow's peaks? I don't really think anything, to be quite clear. Welcome to a new video. This is gonna be sort of like a vlog of sorts. The beginning is like this little truck. Little bit of travel footage, just a little bit of travel footage, and then like mostly art making. Mostly all art making. There's some nice clips with art making noises, which I find really pleasant. There's some voiceovering, sketchbooking, drawing, painting. I really kind of do it all in the art area in this video, so if you want to work along with me or paint or like, this is a good work along video, I think. So like the video, give it a comment, subscribe, any of those things. Big love for that. Thank you again for clicking on this video, and I'll see you at the end. Thanks. I have an aura. Oh, I got a text. I have an aura ring now. An aura ring, and it's like a smart ring. It's huge. Also feeling really weird about that. You know what I mean? Like, who do I think that I am wearing a huge, humongous gold ring?
I really hate that I can't see the screen with my glasses on.
I'm gonna eat the lighthouse for breakfast.
We just had breakfast.
Second breakfast.
This is cool.
Well, look up. Whoa, that's cool. Got it. Let's see.
Your color looks better than mine.
What do you think?
Looks way better than mine.
Is that what you're gonna do every time?
I'm gonna eat with the sun. For my sister. I'm gonna eat it.
Can you redo that?
Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me my fill. The sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Woo! Thank God.
That was so good.
Okay, so the last painting I just did, okay, the painting I just did in this video, you know what I'm saying? Didn't like it. I was trying to recreate, if you are familiar with my work and my videos, I did 2 tree paintings in spring. One I sent to Megan Wang as an art trade, and the second one I have in my studio, and it's like a pretty small painting of a tree on a wood panel in acrylic paint, okay? They're lovely. I have since not been able to create anything close to those paintings. I have quite literally no idea how I did them or if I will ever be able to do anything like them again. I have already painted over the painting that you just watched me make. I just painted over it with another layer of the neon pink so I can just paint something right on top of it. I am in a little bit of a painting rut. I've tried to do, let me see here. I have 4 different panel paintings that I've tried to make and do not like. I do, however, feel really good in my sketchbook. It kind of feels like it goes one way or the other. It's either you're making nice wood panel, large pieces, or you're killing it in your sketchbook. I've honestly never really felt like I'm able to do both at the same time. Why that is? I don't know. Also, how do we feel about the sped up ink drawing footage? Is that interesting? I don't do this a lot. I, 1, don't really speed up my footage very much, and 2, do I even really film myself drawing in ink? I don't really know. Maybe you'd be a better judge of that if you watch my videos often. But do we like the sounds of the sped up footage, or is it like really annoying? Because I kind of like it. I've seen other people do it, and I do kind of like it. I kind of ripped through this teal sketchbook I'm working in right here. Like, I moved through it a lot faster than I thought I would have. My previous sketchbook, which I just did a sketchbook tour of, the tiny pink one, if you are familiar, I finished that one in a little bit less time than this one, but not dramatically so. And I kind of had to deal with that one where every time I came into the studio, I would work in it. And with this teal one, I just kind of worked in it whenever. And it is larger. And I, for some reason, am perplexed at how I finished it so fast. I've since started a new sketchbook. I started another small one in a blue color. And I am having quite a bit of trouble moving from the larger size to the small one. I did have trouble going from the small pink one to the one I'm working in this video. Like it like takes me a minute to figure out how to sketchbook in different sizes. There's just a transition period every time. But I'm working in the little sketchbook currently. And kind of, I don't know how I did it. I feel so constrained by it. So I did order 2 more in the size I'm working in here. If you're wondering what kind of sketchbook this is, it's an I think it's called Art Creations sketchbook. It's very affordable, very cute colors. So I ordered 2 more in this medium size, and then they also have a large size. I bought 1 in a large size. We'll see how that goes. I got a red one, a pink one, and a lavender one. I went really cutesy with it. So I am looking forward to those. I'm not sure if my little sketchbook I started will ever be finished. I think it will be. What do you think I should do with the little sketchbook? My idea is leave it on my desk in the studio and kind of have the same deal I had with the little pink sketchbook where I do like quick things with it, or I could also leave it at home. I have a desk at home I like to work in and just have that be my like, maybe I didn't bring my sketchbook home that day, but I want to draw a little sketchbook. I don't really do on-the-go sketchbooks. I know some people like to keep a sketchbook in my bag, draw at a restaurant, draw wherever I am. I don't like to do that. I feel like my head is never clear enough outside of a quiet space. So I've not found that truly works for me, so that's not an option. So I'm thinking leaving it at one of my desks so I don't waste it. We'll see. Maybe I'll lock in. Maybe I'll be able to lock in and be a pro mini sketchbooker again. But I am currently feeling super limited by it. Hi. I went straight from listening to a podcast to recording, and I'm like transitioning. I'm currently editing my sketchbook tour for my tiny pink sketchbook, and then I was kind of working in my one I started after the tiny pink sketchbook, which is this one, and realizing that I am so close to being done, which I was aware of. You know, I was aware of, but I didn't know how actually close I was. So I was thinking I could record some of it, if not all of it. I just don't know when I'm going to be drawing in this, but if I'm here, I will record it and we can finish the sketchbook together. And I think that will be very cute. That's kind of it. We're gonna try and finish this sketchbook. I have kind of like this is kind of my enemy, and you might be wondering why, and some of you might know why. It's only because of the color of it. I don't like this color. If you can't really tell, it is a teal. I thought it would be more of a green, it's a teal. I've said it at least 6,000 times on my YouTube channel. Big time, been complaining about it. So I'm gonna sketch right now. And finish this thing, you know what I mean? I want to be super upfront with you right now. I didn't film the whole end of my sketchbook. What a lovely idea that was, though. What a lovely idea that was, though. I did a lot of sketchbooking at home, and I don't have a tripod there. I sometimes did have my camera, but I don't have a tripod at home, so I can't film. So we're thinking maybe I should get a tripod at home so I can film when I'm there to eradicate the issue. But I do kind of do this lovely gouache page setup that we're watching now. I talked about this on my Patreon podcast. If you don't know, I have a Patreon and I offer exclusive rewards there. I have a monthly podcast that sounds a lot like this voiceover. If you like to watch vlogs in the background, you will like the podcast. It's like very perfect background walking, no thinking noise. I also have an exclusive video tier. There's like 80 videos on there. I have mailed rewards, very fun. So if you didn't know about that, Patreon link is in all my video descriptions. But I talked about on my Patreon podcast how in my older sketchbooks, if you've been following me for a while, I've always been pretty big on painting to sketch. I had a big phase where I was using a Strathmore mixed media sketchbook. I'm still known for it. I haven't used it for years, but I'm still kind of like branded with that sketchbook because I used it so much in like the heat of me being someone on YouTube. And I would just paint and sketch, and I have since kind of moved away from that, and I was trying to figure out why, and I think I figured it out. I cracked the case. I got a Nina Cosford sketchbook, and if you're not familiar with those, they're like kind of like drawing Moleskine sketchbooks where the pages are like buttery smooth, perfect for pen, really good for colored pencil, but for wet media, it's not super amazing. It's not horrible. It's not super amazing. So I moved into like a drawing era within the past like two years-ish, and I lost my paint sketchbooking thing I used to love to do. So I'm currently trying to reignite that. I made a travel little gouache palette for me to have at home, and then I have my gouache paints in the studio. I bring my little gouache palette with me if I'm gonna be traveling anywhere, and I use that to paint, and it's really fun, and it feels very me. It feels very fluid, and like in a really gross way, it feels like true to me. I do remember when I started to do more drawing and ink type drawings that I was trying to kind of hone in on that skill. I was trying to improve because I didn't have a lot of confidence in that area, which I do think I accomplished that, but I did kind of forget that I like to paint in my sketchbook as sketching. So I'm really excited to get back into it. I love the way the spread that I'm working on in this clip turned out. To work on like 3 different mini paintings at once was really fun with 3 different subjects and color palettes. So I'm really happy to be working on this again. I really, really like to have a goal in mind when I am sketchbooking. It makes me, one, sketchbook more, and it makes me a little bit excited. Sometimes my motivation for sketchbooking wavers. I'm sure that's very typical. I do sketchbook a lot. I really do enjoy it, but there are times where I'm like, why am I doing this? What's the point? I don't want to do this. But if I do have kind of that background goal, like, oh, I want to get back into painting in my sketchbook, I'm like, oh, I'm going to mentally check that off of my to-do list. So that's where we're at with in the whole sketchbook realm of my life. Last time we spoke, I kind of did this with everyone. Hi. Then I went home. Next day I did this. I put a red ink cartridge in my Lamy Safari fountain pen. I don't know how I feel about it. I wish it maybe was a little bit darker, but there it is. Then I proceeded to do another kind of thing here, and then a couple days later I filled this side. So just as an update, this is where we're at. My friend did draw this adorable fish. So we're working our way through. You may have missed some major plot points here, but I didn't happen to bring my camera home. So now we're all caught up, right? Okay. That's the end of the video. I'm sorry, I keep getting texts. that's the end of the video. I hope that you liked it. I hope that the art making was not super boring. In a way, there were times where I was editing this thinking that the art making needed to end. There needed to be a stopping point. So I'm hoping that the voiceovers kind of helped with some entertainment alongside of the sketchbooking. I hope that it felt like one of those videos where there's like the person laying bricks and then like the person monologuing side by side, and that it was like really entertaining or something. If you haven't yet liked the video, leave me a comment, subscribe to my channel if you liked it. It means so much to me. I post like once a month-ish, but I also have an exclusive video on my Patreon every single month. So if you're looking for more videos, there's literally 80 there. I think 80. So yeah, I want to give a big shout out to my patrons who have supported me over the years and allowed me to have this beautiful space and lovely job. So thank you, patrons. Not sure why the accent was necessary, but I hope you're having a good month. I hope you're good. I hope your pets are good. Give them a little pat on the head if they like that for me. That would mean a lot to me. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye. Thank you so much. Bye.